Hi, I hope you've made it through this far and that you've been successfully doing the problems up till now. So we've got a problem on arithmetic sequences here, and to do this you need to know two formulas. You need to know the sum formula, so S of n is equal to n over 2, and then it's 2a plus n minus 1 in brackets d. And the other one is the nth term, which is written as this. Now, you might not know those. They do give them in the formula book, I believe, but if you don't know them, you probably haven't practiced enough. So first of all, we're going to translate this sentence into this formula. So the sum of the first 10 terms is 162, which means that n is 10. So it's 10 over 2 times 2a plus 10 minus 1d, and we multiply it out, so we've got 162 is equal to 5, and then in here we've got 2a plus 9d, so 162 is equal to 10a plus 45d, and then we can say QED because we have shown it, because that's what we were asked to show. Now, we are now given some additional information, the sixth term of the sequence. So that's the thing that alerts you to using this formula here. So the sixth term, so a6, is equal to a plus, now n is 6, isn't it? Because that's the number of it, so it's 6 minus 1d, and that is 17. Because they tell us that the sixth term is 17. So we've got a plus 5d equals 17, and that's our mark there. Find the value of a and the value of d. So simultaneous equations, we've got this one and we've got this one, and we're going to solve them simultaneously. Now, I've noticed that I've got 10a here and a here, so I'm going to multiply this equation, so let's call that equation 1 and equation 2. I'm going to do equation 2 and I'm going to multiply it by 10 to give me 170 is equal to 10a plus 50d, and then I write the other one underneath it, and I'm going to solve this by elimination because it seems to me to be the most efficient way at the moment. And then it's a subtract. 170 takes 60, 162 is 8. 10 take 10 is nothing, that's the whole point of that. 50 take 45 is 5d, so d is equal to 8/5. Now we just substitute back to get a, so a plus 5d is equal to 17. A plus 5 times 8/5 is 17, and the fifths cancel with 5 to leave you with a plus 8 equals 17, so a equals 9, and there's our two solutions. Job done. Binomial expansions. Now, the easy way to do this is to know the formula. So 40 choose 4. So 40 choose 4 can also be written like this. Means exactly the same thing, and there's a formula, and it's going to be, if I write the formula out, where should I put the formula? Let's write the formula here. So n choose r is equal to n factorial over r factorial n take r factorial. So here we've got 40 factorial on the top, 4 factorial here, and then here it's 40 take 4 factorial. So that's 40 factorial over 4 factorial, and then we've got 36 factorial, so b equals 36, 1 mark. Now we've got a binomial expansion in this. and it's the coefficients of x to the 4 and x to the 5. So I'm just going to go from the beginning. I often do this because this is a way of really knowing you've got it right, but you can jump straight there. So it starts off with 40 choose 0, and then we've got the 1 to the power of 40 and the x to the power of 0. And then we've got our next term, 40 choose 1, and then there's 1 to the 39, x to the 1, and then we've got 40 choose 2, and you can see here the pattern, one's going down as the other goes up. 40 choose 3, we've got 40 choose 4, and then we've got 40 choose 5, and of course now I've got the two I'm interested in, the 4 and the 5, so here's the 4 and here's the 5. So the coefficient of x to the 4 is p, and that equals 40 choose 5 times 1 to the 35, which is 40 choose 5, isn't it? Because 1 to anything is going to be 1. And then the coefficient of x to the 5 is equal to q, and that's equal to, I've gone the wrong round, haven't I? So that's 40 choose 5, this was 40 choose 4. My apologies, dear people. 'Tis but a trifle. There we go. And that's times 1 to the 35, so this one would be 36, wouldn't it? Let's just fix that up. Did you spot it? And that's 40 choose 5, and the one above it is 40 choose 4. So what you get for doing things at 10 past midnight. Now, is it really 10 past midnight? You'll never know. Right, so now it says find the value of q over p. So q is 40 choose 5, p is 40 choose 4, and you can type that straight into your calculator using the NCR button. 40 choose 5 divided by 40 choose 4, and you end up with 36 over 5. There's no need to use the formula when you've got your calculator. And that's that.